spray the perfume, wear that favourite lipstick of yours, wear the outfit that you're saving for a special occasion. Stop saving the joy for another day. If you're anything like me, you are kind of trapped by that save it mentality. I've been cornered into this uncomfortable place by, I need to save this for a later day, for a rainy day, for when I really need it. I've actually been in this prolonged period of waiting to get to that point where I can use the things that I already have access to, that are already within arm's reach. I've even done it with clothing, where I've loved an item of clothing so much and wanted to wear it every day. But I thought, no, let's save it for a special occasion. Let's save it for a day where I'm really gonna see people and do all these things. Let's save it for another day. And it's got to the point where I've saved it so much that I'm not that excited about wearing that top anymore. And then I never really get to reap the joy from it. So I really encourage you to treat yourself to the things that make you feel happy right now. And don't protect future you by making current you suffer. When you say, I'm gonna save it for another day, you're basically saying to yourself, I'm gonna save the joy for another day. You deserve to experience joy every day, my lovely. You really do. Buy the iced latte. I wish someone had said this to me sooner. Keep buying the iced lattes if they make you happy, and also save money. Every month, put some money aside if you can. But don't stop yourself from buying the thing that gets you out of the house, that gets you to see life outside of your own, to see real life people rather than people on your screen. Buy the thing that gives you that creative buzz. Buy the thing that allows you to produce better quality work. That is a nice coffee for me, or any type of beverage. Going to a coffee shop and leaving my house and entering another environment where you're around other people, but you're also in your own world, maybe working or reading or just watching other people. It's blissful. I don't know about you, but I can get lost a little bit when I'm in the hustle and bustle, trying to work, trying to make money. It's really easy to kind of lose sight of what makes you happy and who you are. And for some reason, leaving my house and going to a coffee shop reignites that flame, that this is me, this is what I really want to do, this is what I genuinely care about, money aside, achievements aside, material aside, ego aside. When I go to a coffee shop and I buy that iced latte or that matcha or that cake, and I get to shift my mindset into an abundant mindset from a lack mindset, I really do believe I'm able to create more for myself, more opportunities. I'm able to access my better thoughts. And in the long run, I believe this is going to make me more money. Now, I realise there's a line with this. Going out every day, buying lunch, a coffee, a dessert out is going to eat away at your money, not make you money. But going out and getting the one drink that enables you to get into this flow of work, that enables you to feel happy in your body, excited in your existence, I do believe that's going to give you the winning mindset. So I would like to thank BetterHelp for being a paid partner with this video. So I had a really powerful therapy session the other day, and this is what I wrote down in my journal after the session. I don't have to go to therapy. I don't have to take myself out for a walk. I don't have to sit down and journal. I don't have to do the healing work. I want to do the healing work. I deserve kindness and care, and I'm excited to give it to myself. I'm going to stop saying to myself, I have to go for a walk, or I should go and do some deep breaths, and instead say to myself, I want to go for a walk, and I'm going to treat myself to some deep breaths to soothe my body. How I speak to myself is so important. I must remember I don't have to do anything, but I want to. I'm so immensely grateful for these empowering realizations that I have after speaking with someone I trust. BetterHelp, thank you for connecting me with my therapist. So if you want to connect with a therapist like I've done, go to betterhelp.com/Southerberry. just put it on the screen now. Or just choose Alessia Southerberry, my channel name, when you're signing up. And when you do this, by the way, you not only support this channel, but you get a discount for your first month of therapy. I'd like to again thank BetterHelp for being a paid partner with this video. Honestly, I can't even explain it to you because it is just a feeling. When I go to a coffee shop and I start doing my work around other people with the sounds of people talking and the coffee being made, I just shift into this mindset that is so freeing and liberating and exciting and abundant. And my work reflects that abundance that I'm feeling up here. Magic comes out onto the page. I'm typing these scripts for my YouTube videos that I genuinely believe in, that I really want to share with people. I honestly write my best scripts when I'm coming from this coffee shop mindset. So my advice to myself, and maybe you, is to go out and buy that iced latte. It's to go to that coffee shop. Also, girlies, by the same virtue, spray the perfume, wear that favourite lipstick of yours, wear the outfit that you're saving for a special occasion, go and buy that cake with that voucher you've got. Stop saving the joy for another day. If you're anything like me, you are kind of trapped by that save it mentality. I've been really cornered into this uncomfortable place by, I need to save this for a later day, for a rainy day, for when I really need it. And I've actually been in this prolonged period of just waiting to get to that point where I can use the things that I already have access to, that are already within arm's reach. I've even done it with clothing, where I've loved an item of clothing so much and wanted to wear it every day. But I thought, no, let's save it for a special occasion. Let's save it for a day where I'm really gonna, see people and do all these things. Let's save it for another day. And it's got to the point where I've saved it so much that I'm not that excited about wearing that top anymore. And then I never really get to reap the joy from it. So I really encourage you to treat yourself to the things that make you feel happy right now. And don't protect future you by making current you suffer. When you say, I'm going to save it for another day, you're basically saying to yourself, I'm going to save the joy for another day. You deserve to experience joy every day, my lovely. You really do. And we need that in this world where we're working the majority of the time, when we're struggling with our mental health. We need those little moments of joy. So any way that you can tap into that, gift yourself that. I know we're all different. And some of you might not think of future you and be living to protect future you. Some of you might be living in the moment, only really caring about current you, and maybe you need to tap into future you and think of her. But if you're anything like me and you're purely living for the future to protect future you, present you gets lost and she starts to suffer. And that actually leads up to future you suffering too, because you're never living for yourself. You're living for a version of you that doesn't actually exist. And that can hold you back for a really long time, career-wise, within your friendships, within yourself. I really encourage you to look after present day you, because she exists right now here. She's a real person. Okay, my next thing that I want to encourage you girlies, or whoever's watching, to do is to consume wisely, to ponder what you're going to watch for a moment before you click play. I know it's so tempting to just go to the show that you have started watching now for a while, that's easy, that distracts your mind, and that's great if it does make you feel good when you're watching it. I encourage you to watch it more, but only if it makes you feel good after as well. I think a lot of us watch television programs, YouTubers, films that feel good in the moment to watch. But actually we forget about long-term us, the person that's going to be living with the consequences of you watching that program. And I know a lot of us can say, oh, it's just a show, it's not going to affect me. But if you think about it, you're sat there for an hour consuming words and ideas and visuals. Your subconscious is taking in messages from that, and you cannot deny that you are influenced by what you see around you. Hence why a lot of us end up, speaking with our therapists about our childhood, our upbringing. We are influenced by what's going on around us, and it really affects us and our character and how we feel within ourselves. So I really encourage you to treat yourself to media that makes you feel really good inside, that makes you feel mentally nourished and physically nourished. Now, I think different shows and different media does different things for me. So I might watch something like Gilmore Girls to kind of switch off and relax, and it feels really good to watch that when I'm watching it. And also after, I kind of feel quite hopeful and connected to people. It's based in like a small town where people don't really have big problems. Everything feels quite slow and easy, and my attention isn't brought to all the horrible things going on in the world right now. And I enjoy that, and that's important sometimes, to gift yourself a bit of a break from the madness. I also like to treat myself to a documentary where I'll learn about everything that's going on in the world that's not so nice. I do like to be intellectually stimulated. That feels so good. So I really encourage you to lean towards the things that stimulate your mind or relax your body. Something that you can ask yourself before putting on a program that will help you pick wisely is, will I feel good after watching this? For me personally, the Kardashians do not make me feel good after watching them. In the moment, because so much is going on, loud music, there's lots of drama, there's a lot of relationships and different people, my mind is completely consumed and busy, and that takes away from the things that I'm worrying about in my life. And it also feeds the part of me that wants the drama, wants the sensationalism, wants the toxicity. And I think a lot of us are kind of drawn to that. Please tell me in the comment section why, if you have an idea, if you've researched this. A lot of us are drawn to horror and to true crime. It feeds something within us, that little monster that wants to remind us of all the things that scare us. That part of me definitely exists. I do want the drama, even though it makes me feel really uncomfortable and really unsafe. And after I watch the Kardashians, I genuinely feel quite shaky in my body, and I feel distrusting in other people in the world, and I feel the pressure to hustle, to be doing, because, you know, they're constantly saying, you know, you've got to work hard. Oh, I'm exhausted, but I'm going to go to this shoot and fly out to this location. That's my example of what makes me feel good to watch in the moment, but not after, and something that I personally want to avoid, because it doesn't encourage me to live my soft, happy, girly life. I really encourage you to listen to your body. Your body knows best. And sometimes you might not feel like really, really awful after watching something, but you might feel slightly off. And it's so easy to switch off from that these days, because I think we're constantly watching things that make us feel bad. You know, we have access to social media. Even when we're working, we might take a moment to flick through the reels and see what people are up to. You know, we're constantly used to feeling kind of strange and detached and consumed with other people's worlds. So I really encourage you to just start bringing your awareness towards what you're watching more, and to be a bit more awake when you go and you click play. Try not to put on something when you're in kind of aeroplane mode. Try to have a little dialogue with yourself and ask yourself, what's long-term me going to say about me clicking on this program? Is she going to say, yeah, this is great? Or is she actually going to say, this is going to make me feel so rubbish about where I'm at right now in my life. This is going to make me feel bad in my body, in my physique. This is going to make me feel quite insecure. Let go of the idea that you need to work hard and instead work wisely. The current work system is not set up for women with periods. It's not set up for creatives. I personally do not resonate with working hard. That doesn't mean that I produce good quality work. That doesn't mean that I make people who watch my videos feel safe and happy. My best creations come from a place of peace myself. When I feel peaceful or happy or inspired, I create work that reflects that. When I feel like I have to work hard and I feel the pressure and I feel tight in my body, my work reflects that. So I really encourage you to work wisely. And for me, that looks like working in an environment that I love, having my cucumber water next to me, working by a window, hopefully with the sun on me, but not looking like that's the case in England at the moment. But yeah, working wisely means being comfortable in the clothes that I'm wearing, maybe feeling quite satisfied with the outfit that I chose. Working wisely means having a beautiful setup. It also means working softly and slowly and not pushing myself. I have a tendency to push hard. I think we all do, as a consequence of living in this capitalist world that celebrates working too hard. And I really want to move away from that. When I try and force things and I try to work too hard, I end up working from this place of panic rather than power. I really encourage you to notice yourself, to notice when you're working from a place of panic, a place of pressure, a place of I need to do. Particularly if you're a creative and if you're wanting to connect with people, take a moment to ask yourself, am I forcing it right now? Is this anxiety in my body a sign for me to just take a moment and go for a walk or read my book? Am I working from a place of panic or power? I want you to pretend that you're Snow White, connecting with the animals, singing to the trees. I want you to listen to the birds tweeting and give them your full attention. I want you to be completely besotted by nature, to be so curious about everything going on, the noises, the shapes, the colours. Allow yourself to get really excited by small things in nature. Allow yourself to look at the trees, the flowers, the insects, maybe even literally the mud beneath your feet. I know it's really easy to think these things are not interesting, particularly when we're exposed to so much on our phones, so many stories and exaggerated narratives. It's so easy to be quite bored by a little ant walking on the floor. Nothing makes me feel better than when I am connecting with nature, when I'm excited by nature. I will never forget, and I've mentioned this on this channel before in a very old video now. One of the best times of my life was when I was going for a walk in nature, and I'd been meditating quite a lot, and that really helped me to be grateful on those walks and to put away the music, put away the podcast and just be there and be fully there and give nature my full attention. And I went on this walk and I was just so interested by everything. I was so interested by the little insects on the floor, and I was really looking at a flower and looking at all the little indents on the flower. Just everything felt so rich and exciting to me. Nature is the biggest gift. Not only does it literally allow us to live, but it also allows us to feel this mental release. It allows us to feel connected to ourselves. Somehow looking at a tree makes me feel connected to myself. And on this line of thought, I've seen so many photos recently of little bits of nature and how they look exactly like parts of like a human body. I'll put some photos up now. I really encourage you to open your mind and to get curious about the things that we've not been taught to be curious about. We've been taught to be curious about materialistic things, things that we can buy and things that help us add to our life. Nature is really interesting, and the more you allow yourself to be interested by nature, the more questions you ask, the more you ponder about nature, about our connection with nature, about how nature feels, about how nature lives its life, the more interested you'll be. Open your mind up and allow yourself to fully appreciate nature. I think it's so crazy and like beautiful that nature experiences the world just like we do, and nature has senses. Like climbing plants move around and reach out for other resources around them to support them. And trees even share water and nutrients with each other. I think that's so sweet, and they communicate with each other as well. They send signals to each other about drought and diseases and insects attacking. Nature is far more intelligent than we really give it credit for. A long time ago, I was reading this book by this Buddhist monk. It was a long time ago, so I don't remember exactly what they were saying, but they were encouraging you to actually go out in nature and just sit without any distraction, even without a book, You're not going to feel the calming presence of nature. You're not going to feel connected to it. You're not going to admire its way of life if you're distracted, if your mind is elsewhere, because we can't have two thoughts at once. If we're reading a book, we can't also be enjoying the birds tweeting. And the reason I bring that up now is because I think we're encouraged to do so many things these days, like listen to mental health podcasts, read these books, go for walks in nature, talk to your friends and stay connected. There's so much that we can be doing, and I think we try to fit it all into one sometimes. And we find it really hard to just do one thing wholeheartedly, fully. And I get that, because you feel in that pressure to just be the perfect person. But I really encourage you to just give nature your all every now and then when you can. Okay, the next thing that I want to recommend that is already making me smile thinking about it. Compliment your close friends more. I don't mean force it. I don't mean give them fake compliments. I mean be genuine, and when you have a kind thought in your head, voice it. If you're anything like me, when you're with your friends, you're constantly thinking about how amazing they are and how special they are. And you've constantly got compliments buzzing around your head about them. I really encourage you to vocalize them more. I know this is actually quite scary, because we might fear that we come across as cringy or embarrassing or as too much when we say something like, oh, I just feel so amazing when I'm around you. You're such a special person. And I can't even explain what it is, but you just have this energy that makes me feel safe. I know that that might feel really cringy and out there to say, but no one's going to take that badly. You know, you being genuinely and authentically kind and complimentary isn't going to reflect badly on you. It's going to make the person feel so valued and special in your company. It's going to make them want to be around you more. It's going to instigate self-worth within themselves. How amazing is that, that you can encourage someone to love themselves more? Also, when you open up vulnerably and you really tell someone how they make you feel, and you do this in quite a cringy way, you establish a new way of communicating with that friend. You allow that friend to do the same for you. It can be really scary to just turn to a friend and say, wow, I really love you. You're such a special person. You're really intelligent. I really feel like I've learned so much from you today. I know that can feel so scary, but you really deepen the friendship when you do that, and you allow your friend to then compliment you in the same kind of fashion. If you really crave words of affirmation, and if you really want your friends to compliment you more, start by complimenting them more and more deeply. It's very easy to say, love you, bestie, or you look so fit today. Words and energy and confidence to speak vulnerably is contagious. So be who you want to be around, and watch how your friendship group shifts. Watch how your bravery to compliment somebody in a really deep and meaningful way instigates someone else's bravery to do the same for you. My lovelies, I really hope you enjoyed that video. I'm sending you so much love. If you want to add any other things to my thoughts, please comment them down below. We've got a beautiful YouTube community here where we share our insights with each other and we learn from each other. And I love that so much. I love learning from you. So please don't be afraid to comment down below, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I've also got a program for women if you're interested in connecting with me, receiving my resources. There's more details in the description box, and my email's there, so feel free to pop me an email.